Okie dokie. We're back. We're back. Step one. Let's get rid of every tree that we have here. Our sounds good again. Oh, wait, we need hostile back up. Because otherwise, you run into some troubles, right? Alright, so let's put down what it is we don't need, which is all of these things specifically. Then we'll toss this in here, toss that away. We don't need it. Let's cut down all the trees inside of our medium-sized square. And let's go ahead and complete goal number 2. We're completing goals today. We are completing all sorts of freaking goals. We're going for like 3 or 4. Maybe 4. The more goals we complete, though, the more I feel like I'm actually accomplishing things. So that should be relatively decent, I think. And all of these will despawn, and then we can actually see what we're doing inside of here, right? And that is really the goal. That's really the goal. Alright, so we do that. Yada yada, very, very easy. Alright. So as we are chopping down the rest of this forest, you're going to notice that this area is going to start to feel small. Okay? Now, it is only 115 by 115, at least that's what I presume that it is, based on our weird ways of measuring. We are presuming that that is how big it actually is. And that's good. It's a decent size, but obviously it's going to need to get a little bit bigger because we are us. And, well, we ain't no bitch. To put this delicately, we ain't no bitch. So we may make it a little bit bigger than that on at least the corners. And I think that could be kind of cool, because otherwise we just have a pyramid. And pyramids are cool, but not really. Like, we're going to need to add a lot of different things to this to make it the way that it needs to be. And that's fine. We are very capable of doing that, of making things look pretty and make everything work the way it needs to work. So we can do that. Not a problem at all, I don't think. And obviously this is going to be quite the grind to get all of this dug out, not to a single layer, but to get it all dug out down to the portal layer. That is going to be a very, very large task. So it's going to take us many, many pickaxes, which is why we went and got mending on every single one of our tools now. It's why we also repaired every single tool that we have so that we can have essentially a fresh start. We can see exactly how many pickaxes it's going to take based on how many currently we have, and that should make it a little bit easier to make the progress that I want on here, I think. With that, we'll be able to kind of calculate out in some kind of strategic fashion whether it works or whether it doesn't work. And then we can kind of put it together and be like, all right, well, today I want to do 3 layers, you know, or whatever it may be. And that way we can break it up from at least the monogamy of it being the same repetitive task over and over and over again, and we can actually do some building in between. I do think that we probably don't want to put the pyramid up, though, until we have gotten rid of the hole here. simply because I think it'll be double work for us. It'll be very, very dark when we are digging constantly, and that will make things a lot harder for us. So, don't want to do that either. But I also feel that we should set up a temporary mob farm here while we're digging to make things easier on us. If you've been following along, you know that I have like 3 total stacks of rockets to my name right this second. And we do not have any way of getting more. We tore down our previous creeper farm. It doesn't exist anymore. And we're running very low on gunpowder. So unless we want to start just whacking them to death here on the overworld, we really need to get our shit together and set up another temporary one, or this could be a permanent one, and we could just do something big in this area. That might be a valid option. I don't know how we would incorporate it into the build necessarily, but it is subject to being a valid option. Do I know for certain? No. But could it be? Yeah, I think it could be. I think it could make it real easy if we did it right. Since the end portal is at the end, we could kind of like nudge it back a little bit. If that makes any kind of sense. Get rid of these damn pillars too. We put these here because we were trying to triangulate where the damn end portal was once upon a time, and it was not very successful, I will tell you. Not very successful in the least. And then we still need to talk about putting our storage room here too, which I think will be fine. Good. Rain stopped. There is a creeper there. Let's see if we can nail him on the first shot. We did. Second shot. Kablam! Nice. Very, very, very nice. Alright, so like I said, just getting rid of all of the trees here, the dark oak, the oak, and the birch trees, and azalea, I guess, if there are any here. Allowing us to see more clearly what the size is we are working with here, and if we want to expand. And obviously, we can always expand. But if it feels small, we may need to expand it because, well, that's just how we do things here. I really like the process and grind of a mega base. I don't know if you can call 115 by 115 a mega base at all, but I like building at least on a bigger scale than normal. Most people are content building their, 15 by 15 house and they'll call it a day, right? I am not content in the slightest with that. I want more. Way, way, way more. I want things that are grand and things that you really haven't seen before, or at least try to put my own twist on something that you may have seen before. Like this one is a pyramid. Everyone has built a pyramid. So we're going to have to build our own twist on said pyramid to ensure that it doesn't look like everyone else's. Because I don't like that. I don't like that at all. We don't do any kind of creative building, like going in and seeing, oh, this will look good, this will look good. I wing it. I don't have the time to build the same thing twice, and I think, to me personally, it's stupid. Like, it might be cool to get things exactly the way you want in survival first, and then come over and rebuild it with all the same resources, knowing exactly how many of each resources you need. No. I just can't be bothered. Like, why? Cannot be bothered for that at all. We must have missed a log or two here. We sure did. We missed 4 logs. Oh my gosh. Should be all of them though. Can see that the leaves are starting to fade, and that feels pretty damn good. I don't know what this is all about. There is death down there, though. We got to be careful about that. There is a lot of death down here, actually. Yeah, let's just... let's try to reduce the amount of death that we have the potential to cause here. Yeah. Just a little bit. Because that will definitely get me killed at some point. And I will be very unhappy about it. Same with this one. Nice. What kind of lunatic just goes around putting these holes to bedrock here? Jesus. Let me grab a drink real quick. Alright. I'm juiced up. And I actually looked at the juice when I was refilling it. It is not pomegranate like I thought it was. It is mango. It is cran mango, and it's so good. Not even a huge mango fan, but let me tell you, it is damn good. So, I'm good with that. I vibe with it. I vibe with it real hard. Oh! Oh! Look at that! I forgot we have Depth Strider now. Holy crap, we're playing Minecraft now. This is incredible. Oh my goodness. Seriously, we have been playing that without it for so many hours now. It's actually kind of insane. And it doesn't feel really real that we actually have it. Which, stupid, but... I can't believe we waited so freaking long to do it. For whatever reason, we didn't want to bite the bullet and get the villager and, you know, do all of that nonsense. And, well, we paid for it. We paid for it with so much lost efficiency, it's not even funny. We are going to chop some outside of here as well. If it's brushing up against the corner, it's going to need to get chopped out anyway. So, eventually we'll just continue chopping as much of this as we can, and that will allow us to not have to worry about it. Right now, we are worried about everything inside the square. Not much else, but... God, these trees are wild and wacky, too. They grow so random. Oh, Minecraft music is so peaceful. I enjoy it. Enjoy it a lot, actually. And I also wish someone would take the time to make an entire Snake Jazz album, personally. Like from Rick and Morty, I think that would be really cool. And I'd probably listen to a lot of Snake Jazz. Not gonna lie. I probably would. Just sounds so nice. Made with like rattles, and you could probably like down pitch it and stuff like that, and it would sound really good. How's our inventory doing? All right, not terrible. Gonna have to figure out where exactly we want our storage room to. Like, how big is a pyramid that is 115 by 115? How many blocks up does it go till we reach the top? At only 1 per, it should go, what, 115? Is that how that goes? So I think we could build it pretty high, pretty safely. Once we decide or figure out where the actual middle is, then we will make the actual storage room up there. Because I want to collect a lot of these blocks, the dirt and the cobble, I guess. Not really sure for what, but I just feel kind of like we should. Not all of it, but most. And this river is going to be an issue for our pyramid, I will say. We're going to have to fill that in. Probably drain it or fill it. Both. Well, if we fill it, we don't really need to drain it, I guess, but we may need to do that too, because otherwise it looks very out of context. And we're already going to have to build a lot of things to make it feel like it is actually supposed to be here in this jungle, so we might as well just expand it just a little bit more, you know, why not? Why not? Oh, we're not collecting anymore. Okay, we gotta drop off all of our stuff, and then we'll continue here. A lot of logs, saplings, flowers, you know, that works. We're gonna need a what oak? We're definitely gonna use oak. Let's do a full stack. Makes 8 chests, which really is 4 double chests. I just want to try to stay organized here the best that we can. So, for example, we'll take out gravel. Gravel can go here. We got dirt. Dirt can go there. We have ores. Ores can go here. We have saplings and green things. Those can go not there. I think that is just a little bit better. This one we want to keep for just wood, which means we need one for granite, one for andesite. Which means we also need ourselves more wood. There's granite, diorite, blah, blah, blah. Oh, come on. You know what I was trying to do, Minecraft. Don't give me that. You know what I was trying to do. Obviously, those are already connected. You can't make a triple chest. Come on. Come on, Minecraft. All right, so that's all wood now, and we're good to go. Look at us staying organized the best that we can. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. All right. We are going to definitely try to collect a lot of these dark oak saplings too, because they just look really good in potted plants. Who shoot? Who shoot? You're going to Kip. You're going to try to get yourself killed, sir. This ain't a forest anymore over here, partner. It is the bright, wide open air, and you are burning to death, sir. You're burning. Alright. Anyway. Yeah, we're going to have to fill that, and then we're going to have to make, like, probably tear out a lot of whatever that is, the birch forest. And then we're probably going to have to tear out a bunch of the dark oak as well, and then that birch forest. And we're going to have to surround the entire pyramid in a jungle. Or else it just is going to look very out of place. And if we're really feeling crazy about it, we'll just make a clearing all the way around, and then we'll make our own custom trees all the way around. And then we'll leave the jungle trees a little bit further in, but we'll have like 3 layers of our trees, and then go from there, I guess. Could work. Could work. We really should have brought a flint and steel as well. There are some trees that I really just cannot be bothered to find every single log in, like those giant oak trees. And although they look good, I don't vibe with them. Don't vibe with it. Like this one right here specifically is a large and in charge tree. Take forever to find all of the logs in it so that it actually despawns completely. So we'll probably just come back with a flint and steel and burn it to the ground. Because like I said, all this dark oak really needs to go. If we're going to have a forest here, 1, we're going to make our own forest. And then 2, we want the outer forest to be like very thick before you get over into our forest, and thus the pyramid that we got here. The end temple, whatever you want to call it. We'll have to come up with another name for that as well, but currently I cannot think of it, so as we find something that we like, I guess we will just adapt it over here. And that should be good. Nice. It always feels like you're chopping so many more logs than you actually are, too. It's like, yeah, I cut a shit ton of logs down, but then you look in your inventory and you're like, oh, no, I really didn't. It just takes so much longer to cut the logs that you forget sometimes. And that is what it is. I think we're going to do like an actual storage system here, too. It'd be nice to have somewhere to keep a bulk amount of items. It really, really would be. Maybe we make a shulker farm at some point too, because we're gonna need it. We are gonna need it, and I think they're relatively easy to do now too. Like you still have to get them in the damn minecart and stuff, which is the hard part, but I don't think it's that bad actually. I know you got to build a long-ass bridge, and we got to do rails and stuff, but it's really not that bad. Alright, let's grab all of these thingies. Okay, this forest is much bigger than I thought it was, just to begin with, though. Gonna take us a lot of tree chopping to make that become a reality, where there is no trees left in here. And I'm pretty sure we have to go up on the mountain and do all of that stuff too. But overall, I'm glad that most of it was a birch forest, because dark oak forests take a long time to chop down completely. Even with haste and efficiency 5, it takes long time because you cannot instant mine any of the blocks. If you could, be huge, right? If they just changed that one aspect where you could instant mine logs, oh, it would be beautiful. It would be like done and be great. I do think that almost everything should become instant mineable. Maybe not obsidian, but I think everything else should be able to be instant mined if you do not have, or if you have haste 2 and efficiency. Either that, or give me a way to have like haste 3 with the treats, you know? Just something, some kind of reward, like a tree chopper's axe for doing some kind of thing, you know? I think people have been begging for that in Minecraft for a long time. Not happened, but begging for it. Gonna go back and collect all of our saplings, because again, they make really pretty decorations, and I like them a lot. Alright. Dogs are peacefully chewing on their bones, which is good because they were being a little squirrely today. They were all over the place, and we played ball, and didn't matter. Still squirrely, still all over the place. A lot of energy to burn, which, you know, happens with the puppers sometimes. Sometimes you get to take them for a couple-mile run. You got to run around with them. You got to throw the ball 150 times. You know, all those things. And then sometimes you just got to give them a bone, and they are better. It keeps them content for at least like 20 to 30 minutes anyway. Well, they destroy it in completeness. And we rock with beef cheekbones, actually. They're very, very good. Only thing that I've ever seen last my dogs more than a half hour. So usually I cut them up into segments. They're like $8 a bone. Cut them up into segments, though, for a grand total of, I don't know, 3 segments per bone. And usually they last quite a long time, so get some bang for your buck just by doing that. And then I don't have to worry about it because they actually have something to enjoy, to eat, and can just chill out for a little while without anything else. Any doggy edibles or anything like that. Especially while I'm streaming anyway. It is a little bit of a nice break to not have to give them constant attention, and they can occupy themselves for a little while, which is really the main goal here. But we are moving along little by little, tree by tree, and soon this will be completely naked. It'll be really nice. Gotta love it when your trees are naked. Or when your terrain is naked, I guess. That looks like there's gonna be a mess of logs in it. Oh yeah, there's gonna be a ton, for sure. Did we get them all? No shot. Did we really? Okay, well, I'm surprised we got them all. Has taken a few days to get most of these trees out, though. Not bad. You can see that we have just a few left, and then up on the very top, there's some left as well, but overall, not bad. Now, the only thing that we are very short on, actually, is our axes. We'll have to get a few more of those, too. But axes are a little bit tougher to make because you need efficiency, unbreaking, sharpness, mending, and I guess you don't really need fortune, but you need the extra sharpness. Or you need, yeah, I don't really want silk touch on the axes because then I feel like I'm just collecting leaves unnecessarily and randomly. So I don't really like the silk touch on the axes. I try to avoid that one. But the rest is pretty helpful. So we should maybe do that someday too, so that we don't have any issue if we want to create a ungodly big forest. Well, we can just simply chop it all to bits and be pretty happy about it. Which is probably what we'll end up doing with all of these logs that we're chopping anyway. We'll probably turn it back into the forest around, just to keep it like a little bit consistent and following some kind of logistical lore. Like, you took the wood from the hunting grounds and now you're returning it. I don't know. We'll make something up for sure. Is that it? That looks like it's it. All right. Beautiful. All trees gone. Well, I mean, we've still got the leaves of a few that are going to decay, but as far as everything else, good. Very good. So what layer do we want to bring everything down to then? I guess is our next question that we need to answer for ourselves. We got all of this nonsense, and we got a little bit more wood. Alright, start here, bringing it down to this layer, then we'll get rid of everything, I guess, down to there, because that's the only point that is, like, at that level. So if we bring everything else down to the same level, then we know that it will be flat. So that should be a pretty good start. By the way, goal number 3 completed. We have deforested this forest here. And now on to the next part. And this is going to take a little bit longer because of us needing a lot of resources. So we are going to try and collect as many of these as we can. Am I going to go out of my way to collect every single block? No. But I'm going to try to just walk over most of them, and we're going to hoard a lot of resources here. Just feel like it is valuable. Also, part of me really wants to do the 257 by 257 to beat Thor, or not Thor, to beat Gex. Part of me really wants to, even though I know it would make this area so much larger than it is. I know it would. But if we did make it the full perimeter, we could have a very large mob farm in the middle. And then we probably would never have to make another mob farm again. I'm hoping we can keep it inside the pyramid, though, because if we can, this actually is a lot easier for us. We can keep it hidden pretty damn easily because you won't be able to see it at all. With what we're going to do, which is a lot of black glass, you will not be able to see inside the pyramid. And then if we just spawn-proof the outside, then we're good. 257 by 57 though is a large pyramid. It would be like double this almost. I don't know. I don't know if we want to do that or not. If we do, we're definitely going to need to make the TNT dupers or whatever the hell they are, the world eaters, so that we can dig out the whole thing, because otherwise it's going to be a real pain in the ass. And that is one thing that I might actually practice in creative, not on this world obviously, if we decide to do it though. And that is making the TNT duper without exploding, because I've never made one before. So I would be constantly paranoid that we were about to explode. But I would like to practice that first in a different world before we committed to that one. Because I know how finicky those things are. And without a totem, I know that they are very easy to kill us, so don't want that to happen. 257, huh? Oh, I'm really debating on doing it, just because he did it. I also feel compelled to do it. But I know that it is a large undertaking. And if you know us at all, our track record for finishing things is not the greatest. Let's see. Cobble. Not the freaking greatest. Ores are here. Wood is here. Hell, we haven't finished a single thing in this entire world yet, in fact. I guess we did the Enderman farm, but yeah, not finished. And I think in it's 15 years of Minecraft, I've only actually finished completely one build. Which is unfortunate. Let's turn block sounds down just a smidgen. We're going to be digging a lot, so I don't want you to just only be overstimulated via the amount of blocks that we're going to break here. So if this is 115, how many more blocks would we need to go on both sides? So that's over 100. You'd have to go 100 and like 42 more blocks. So you'd have to go like 66 more blocks on all sides. I mean, that doesn't seem like it's that much bigger, honestly. Doesn't seem like it's that big. Maybe we could do that. We'd have to commit to doing a lot, though. Why is this one not despawning? Huh. 2 hidden logs. Hello. And you as well, I guess? Of course. Of course. One log to rule them all. Alright. Let's figure that out. Let's dig this all down first before we go and decide for sure if we're going to expand this to 257. Like, we got, I don't know, many layers to go, like 10 or so, before we are able to fully decide on if that is something we want to do or not. Hello? It is definitely night. Definitely 100% night here, bud. Okay. Are we prepared? Mentally, physically, I don't know. I do not know if we have the capacity to take it on. Because it would be a large grind. Very, very large. Okay, cool. Would make it easier to do the jungle, potentially. And then the pyramid would be very tall, right? Alright, let's dig out at least this layer here, and then maybe we will figure out what we're doing. Because the more I'm thinking about it, the more I kind of want to. The more I kind of want to. This started out as a small project also. It really did. I don't know what happened, but it was just going to be a quick and easy thing. We're gonna make a thing. It's gonna be nice. Now it's evolved to us needing like 1,000,000 glass. Oh, lordy. We might need to set up a sand duper. That would be really, really nice, actually. Which I also don't know how to do that. But I don't think it's very, very difficult to make one. I just think it takes some, like, technical ability. But I think you can actually break your end portal if you are not careful with that. So, let's see. And then this whole build would be for nothing. It would go from having a single purpose of housing an end portal to no end portal at all. As you can see, though, this is going to be a very, very large dig if that's what we want to do. Especially if we decide to get every single block. Because I think that would be way more time invested in it if we decide to do that. If we allow ourselves to only collect specific things like copper, coal, dirt, gravel, it'll be easier. But there's going to be a lot of stone we're missing out on then. Which I guess would be, you know, my problem later if we needed to worry about it. I would rather have the saplings, though, than that. The coal, I would rather have than that. I think I'd rather have dirt over cobblestone, too. Don't know why, but I feel like it's way more valuable than cobble. If all of these were silk touch picks, maybe we could be justified in keeping the stone. Having to smelt all of this cobble, though, does not sound like a fun task. Let's make sure we get that back, because that has all of our tools in it. Alright. As you can see, each layer that we go down here is more expansive than the last. That will result in a big area. Over time, each layer will end up taking, you know, an hour to dig out a single layer, which is a lot, honestly. It is a lot. And we would have to do a lot of grindy work. It would be the wall all over again, the wall 2.0. Which, if you've been around my channel that long, goddamn, that's crazy. Because the wall, there were people in the stream that it took me like 37 hours to put it there. We'd also need more beacons. It appears, if we wanted to do that. So we would have to take another delay. Getting more wither skeleton skulls. We'd need at least like 5 or 6 beacons, I think, to cover an entire perimeter. It's a lot. It is a lot. Think of it, though. Think of how glorious it would be. Oh, I'm really, really thinking about it. But I also know just how many blocks that becomes when you're putting the pyramid together. It is a lot of blocks. Like an egregious amount, actually. Insanity. But does seem doable. Alright, I think there is enough smoothness that we could probably determine on if it is a perfect square already. And if we wanted to go larger than it already is. Let's just get rid of this little chunk here, and then we'll see just how much we want to do of this. So we should know if it's equidistant if we do corner to corner. And I think that is probably a wise choice. At the very least, we're 115 by 115 right now. I want to make sure that is the correct size that we are working with, or else we will run into a gigantic problem. So, first let's decide, is that correct or is that incorrect? This will help me to kind of gauge just if we did it right, because doing something on a bigger scale, you gotta make absolutely sure you are correct. Okay, so we know that is correct. Let me do one more just to triple check that it is, and I think that we are good. So that, at the very least, is a win. That is a relief if this is all accurate and this is the correct length and width of this square. So let's just test it out, make sure. If we make it to the other one, then we are really, really good. And if we don't, obviously, then there is a problem. And it looks like there is no problem because we freaking measured correctly. I guess there's still a chance that we don't, but I'm pretty confident at this moment right here that we have, in fact, the full, complete square. And we do. Beautiful. All right, let's take a look here. Take a look. It's in a book. So it'd probably go to like there, and then like there, and then like somewhere over here. So we'd have to cut down a shit ton of dark oak trees. Shit ton of jungle trees. We'd have to cut down a lot of trees. Look at that. That is that is relatively big though. All right. Let me figure something out real quick. All right. So if it is in fact 115 by 115, which it is, we know that. 257 minus 115 divided by 2. What? 142. Okay. 142 divided by 2. So we'd have to add 71 blocks that way. That one. That way and that way. Fuck it. Let's full send this bitch. I promised that I was not going to. Well, I didn't promise anything actually. I said that I wasn't going to do this, but I think we're gonna do this. We're gonna just send it as hard as we can. I think let's do it. I've never done a full perimeter before in my life. I guess we're starting now, though. And just bear in mind that this is probably going to take, I don't know, long time. A long, long time. 72 blocks, is that what we're doing? 71 blocks, either direction. That makes this incredibly large, though. Okay. Plus 7. And then we'll do this plus 7. All right. Let's grab our hoe first, because if there's any leaves, we want to just be able to power chop through them. Where's our box? Efficiency, yes. All right, Gex, this is for you. I know you're not here right now, but just know this is for you. We're doing it. We're full 100% sending it. We'll learn how to make a TNT thing as we go. We'll practice in a different world to ensure that we don't blow ourselves up. You know? This is on you. It's on you mainly because, I don't know, I'm not going to blame myself. Even though, in this particular instance, it is definitely my fault, and I do not need to be competitive because I don't see you as, like, that. Like, I think we are very much on the same wavelength, but it is kind of funny to me to try and outmatch you just a little bit. So it has to go all the way to here then. Okay, that's huge. That's huge. And then this one's gonna have to go this way, 71 blocks from here. It doesn't matter if this is incorrect. All that matters is that we are, like, that there is a continuous line here that we are able to see. That's all that matters. Allows me to keep track just a little bit easier too, and get rid of all of these leaves. How much water is going to be in here? There's going to be a lot of water in there. There's going to be a lot of freaking water. maybe not that much. Oh, yeah, there is. I was like, maybe not that much, but nope, there definitely is. Because it would have to go all the way to that point right there. Which means we need to go 128, so we need 4 stacks of logs to go all the way to the other corner then. Pew. 4 stacks of logs. 3. That is 128, 256 blocks. So we got to go all the way to the corner then and yield 256 blocks. Well, let's journey through here. And obviously this makes this project super bigger. Like much, much, much bigger than it is. Are we prepared for that? I don't know. Let's chop some of these down first. If we're going to have to go through here, we might as well. So right here. And let's keep going. Let's just clear this line so that we don't have to worry about it at all while we are constructing this. And we can at least start now. All right, so we got to remember if we chop any logs at this point. We got to remember to subtract that. Here we go. Here I go again on my own. One stack does not ever seem too bad, but when you start doing 4 stacks in length, then you've got yourself a problem. Okay. Down to the first stack. That's great news. Let's put that here. There's 54 in there. Okay, I don't see any more trees for a while. Still got 54. Still good. God, there's gonna be a lot of freaking water. I just know it. I guess let's just go across here. No reason not to. Oh, we had a pillar there. Pillar is outside of the perimeter, sorry. Okay, it did go back in there. We're good. Hi, sheep. Hi, sheep. All right, so we are exactly 2 stacks left. Onwards and upwards here. All right, exactly 2 stacks left. Let's just keep going in this straight line for a little bit. That way we don't have to worry about anything. And we can just chop all these right away so that we know for sure that we are going the right distance. There's a jungle here. That's not good. That's really not good. Oh, shit. That's all I can say right now is shit. It's gonna be a biggin. Alright, so we got 2 stacks exactly left from this point right here. Let's see how far deep into the jungle it actually goes. See how deep it goes. How deep do you go? Okay, we got exactly 1 stack left. So it's gonna go into the jungle. We just don't know how far into the jungle yet. Like right here is where we are officially starting into the jungle. And we're going to have to chop through some of these puppies. Okay, only 32 left. So far, so good. And obviously, we can just blow all of this up, so it's not that big of a deal. All right, that should be enough space to get us the other 32 blocks. All right, Gex. This one is for you. This is literally a tribute to you in the most significant way possible. We're honoring you by doing this. All right, so we now have 2 corners of that, which has added an alarming amount of trees. I'm not going to lie. An alarming amount of trees, and we haven't even done the dark oak side yet, so that's going to be fantastic. All right, so with that done then, let's start chopping a bunch of these birch trees. Let's start chopping some birch, because it is gonna be a lot. And that will also yield us the other 4 stacks that we need so that we can do the other side. Because I would love to have all 4 sides plotted out today, at the very, very least. For starting a project of this magnitude, I would love to have all 4. I really, really would. And we probably will have to dig a few out, just because I feel like the TNT blocks don't go down that far. So we'll probably have to end up digging like 20 total layers down, which is going to be a lot of blocks, but not impossible. Not impossible. And we definitely want to collect all the wood. At the very least, we want all of the wood. We're 100% going to... I think we're going to use the TNT dupers to get at least the deep slate done. I haven't decided on if I want to spend a lot of time digging, but probably not. So we're probably just going to construct a world eater to do the whole thing. Just fly back and forth like, 200 times and literally just put a TNT block on every single part of it. Yes, yes, please. I am worried about the dark oak. The amount of dark oak that is over there is staggering. So it'll probably take us an entire afternoon just to get rid of the dark oak over there. But, what can you do? You just gotta roll with the punches, and sometimes you get punched back. Hello, birch trees. I'm so sorry about your newly found deforestation or potential extinction based on how many we're going to chop down, I guess. There's like random cobble everywhere too. I think I was like plotting like, oh yeah, this is where the end portal is, and I remember not being able to find it for such a long time. It took me like 2 full hours to find it. I could never do it, but eventually we did. Eventually. Alright, so let's grab all of these. Yeah, we're just going to do like a part of this every single day. That way I don't burn myself out on it too. Because with a project of this magnitude, if I stayed focused on it every single day, I think very quickly I would burn myself out because of the amount of grinding that's here. So we're going to have to mix it up and do building quite often to make up for that. Or else we will get burnt out on it, and we definitely don't want that to happen. But I'm pretty confident in our ability to make it happen. As long as it takes, we're just going to have to go. We're just going to have to send it. And, you know, sometimes we'll hop on and we'll just dig. We'll just dig. And I think... You know how I said I was going to pick up all the resources? I've changed my mind on that. I've changed my mind. Just not going to do it. And then at the very center, we know that we can have ourselves a mob farm, and that will be really nice. That will be super nice. And if they're easy enough to set up, then we'll probably just run a few of them at the same time. Even though that'll be a lot of TNT, I feel like we can deal with it. Overall, not that many birch trees, actually. Like, there is, but I feel in my other hardcore world, I have done so many more. Like, truly. So, that's not too bad. Not too bad of an issue, actually. Plus, it looks really cool once you, like, deforest it. You're like, oh, all of a sudden I can see everything. Beautiful. Lots of saplings. We don't need to collect all those, because we have no intention of replanting them. Maybe using them for some pots is a valid option, but there's also like 3 lush caves in here. I'm just realizing this moment as well. It's like 3 different lush caves in here, so that's a lot of random water pockets that we're gonna have to deal with. Because if we don't, guess what? None of the things are going to explode. Because I don't think we're going to end up building the World Eater that Doc did. There's one by Rayworks. It's like much simpler. Smaller scale and not... like it definitely takes a lot longer. Don't get me wrong. But I think that part is really good. Because I think we could have 3 of those running at a time if we wanted to. And maybe it blows itself up, but I think if I make the terrain flat before I start, then we're good. So, what will we need to get started with this then? Obviously, we gotta, map out the corners first. And once we've mapped out all the corners and, like, chopped out all the trees and all of that nonsense, then we have the momentous task ahead of us, which is going to be getting ourselves a second farm in this world, which is going to be a slime farm. And you'd think I'd probably just put it here, and you'd be wrong. Because, well, I wouldn't want it here. I really just would not want it here. And we're obviously not going all the way down to bedrock because of where the end portal is, so it actually is not as bad as it seems, I don't think. Not as bad. We do need to take out this line soon here. I guess we could keep it if we wanted, like, hey, this is a 115 inside of the 257. I don't know. Not sure the reasoning for it, but we could. But I think we just make a gigantic-ass pyramid then. It's going to be very large, though. So detailing it comes a task all in itself. Everything becomes a task in it, honestly. What is that? You know, I don't think we've seen any geodes in this world either, and I feel like you need those for the TNT duper, but I could be wrong. I feel like you need those. I haven't ever built one myself, but I'm just speculating that I think you do. I really do. You need like that and like coral or something to make a TNT duper work. It's something like that. Something like that. And it may be the first and only time in the world that we ever wear netherite. Just because I don't want to risk dying with that. So, like, we won't use a totem, but we'd probably upgrade to netherite. And maybe make a full suit of blast protection armor. Just in case. Just in case. Time to sleep. Inventory's filling with birch logs quicker. Easy. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. Shoot, my large cup of juice is almost done too. That's bad. It's very bad. And it looks like our logs are a bit on the full side now. Yeet, yeet. Keep this clean. It really doesn't look like that big of an area. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know that it is, but it really doesn't feel like it. Like, granted, we only have one corner installed, but it doesn't feel like it's that gigantic. Oh, Lord. On the plus side, though, whenever I'm building at any of the areas, I'm going to be very, very happy about it. Because this will be like our one area. If we need to just blow us some steam, we'll just go and work on it here and there. We're not going to work on it religiously. We're just going to come over here as we please and knock out some things, you know? Like, if we needed resources, especially, easy. Let's just mine. Let's go mining for a little bit. Literally, like, 1 layer a day. 2 hours. Easy 2 hours. Without the beacons. So, slime farm is what we're going to need for sure, then. Sorry, to jump all over the place, but slime farm we're going to need for sure. We're probably going to need a bee farm. Would be my guess if we wanted to make that work. We need like a more reliable iron farm because the one that we have is very, very slow. Doesn't produce very much, and we're going to need a lot of iron to make like pistons and sticky pistons and all of that nonsense. We're going to need to set up like a board. That's all I can tell you. We're going to need to set up a board. And we're also going to have to see from the middle of this thing just where we can put like our storage area so that we don't have to move that consistently. And potentially put a mob farm there as well. Because, like I said, we have 0 gunpowder at this current juncture. And I know you need at least 2 to make a TNT duper. You need at least 2 pieces of TNT, which is like only 10 gunpowder or something. But we don't have any, so, you know. You okay, yeah, Bear? You're making weird noises over there. Give me just a second. I will be right back.